This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 1830. What to Do with That Extra Third Paycheck by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. This is the show where I serenade you with the sweet sounds of personal finance knowledge from some of the best blogs on the planet, with the author's permission, of course. And we're going to get right to today's post as we optimize your life. What to Do with That Extra Third Paycheck by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com. Depending on your pay schedule, you might find yourself with an extra paycheck this month. It doesn't matter if it's an extra paycheck, a bonus, an inheritance, or a surprise cash gift from your parents. You need to have a plan in place for any extra money that you receive. Without a plan, your money can quickly disappear, and you'll be left wondering where it all went. Every time I look at someone's finances, one of the first things I look at is not only how much they get paid, but how they're paid. How someone is paid, bi-weekly, weekly, monthly, is extremely important because it can have a massive effect on your savings, your budget, paying off debt, and building wealth. So let's talk about this extra third paycheck. Why is there a third paycheck? If you're paid every other week or a bi-weekly schedule, you'll receive 2 paychecks every month, except for the 2 months of the year when you'll get 3 paychecks. Due to how the calendar works, you'll end up getting 26 paychecks, not just 24. Usually, we think each month contains 4 different weeks. And if you do the math, 4 weeks over a 12-month calendar year equals 48 weeks. But in reality, each month is 4 weeks and a few days, which results in 52 weeks every year, giving you 2 months out of the year where you will receive 3 paychecks instead of your usual 2. If you're paid weekly, you usually get 52 paychecks per year, which means you'll get 4 paychecks in 8 months and 5 paychecks in 4 months. What to do first? To prepare for the months where you will receive an extra paycheck, you need to find out which months contain 3 paychecks instead of 2. Take out a calendar and write down your paydays for each month. In any given year, this will tell you when to expect a third paycheck. It's different every year, so knowing when it will happen makes it much easier to create a plan for that extra income. What should you do with your third paycheck? Ultimately, you decide what to do with your money. You tell your money where to go so it can be spent on things that are important to you. If it were me, I would start by building up my emergency fund. Your emergency fund is critical to a healthy budget, and it will end up saving you in times of need more than you think. Start with $1,000 to $2,000 in an emergency fund so you're covered just in case your income is short one month or you need help paying a more significant expense like rent. If your emergency savings is funded, you need to think about what's happening in your life at the time you receive your third paycheck. What are some significant expenses you're expecting in your life right now? Are there any unavoidable costs coming up, such as new tires, annual subscription costs, or travel arrangements that you need to cover? Use your third paycheck to cover these unavoidable expenses so you can avoid going further into debt. Know your priorities. What do you want to accomplish with your money? Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to save more? If you want to achieve your financial goals, you need to make them concrete. For me, I write down a list of everything I want to accomplish financially, and then I rank them in order of importance. Recently, I was on a mission to pay off credit card debt. Now that I have accomplished that goal, I've moved on to my next goal of savings. If your emergency savings is funded and all of your upcoming unavoidable expenses are covered, then I would use your third paycheck on your current financial goal, whether that's paying off debt or saving more money. Create a plan now. The key is to make a plan for your third paychecks well ahead of time so that you spend your money on things that matter to you. Being successful with your money means you have to be proactive. Making small changes with your money, like deciding what to do with your third paycheck ahead of time, can have significant rewards down the road. I want you to accomplish your financial goals and feel secure with the income that you have instead of continually playing catch up. So today, I want you to look at your calendar and figure out when you're going to receive a third paycheck and start creating a plan for that extra income. Once the third paycheck does come, you'll be able to tell it where to go instead of wondering where it went. You just listened to the post titled, "What to Do with That Extra Third Paycheck" by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com. All around the world, tech companies are innovating and driving returns for investors. Our crowd analyzes companies across the global private market, selecting those with the greatest growth potential, then brings them to you. From personalized medicine to cybersecurity to the $50 billion video and synthetic media industry, our crowd is identifying innovators so you can invest when growth potential is greatest, early. Now you can invest in DID, whose patented reenactment technology uses AI and deep learning to turn still photos into videos for Fortune 500 companies and more. DID has multi-million-dollar deals with movie studios, social media companies, and online genealogy platforms. Invest today at our crowd. Invest in DID at OURCROWD.com/OFD. You can join our crowd for free at OURCROWD.com/OFD. Join the fastest growing venture capital investment community at ourcrowd.com/OFD. Money management to me is all about the order of operations of what to do with any money that comes in, whether it's from your paycheck or a windfall. Having a plan before any funds hit your bank account makes it much more likely that you'll deploy those funds in the most advantageous way. When you have high interest consumer debt, it's a pretty easy decision. Throw any and all extra money at that debt. But once you're out of debt, it gets trickier. You need to decide if you'll put that money into your emergency fund or cash cushion, or maybe you have a clear savings goal like a down payment for a house. Or perhaps that money should be invested for long-term goals like your retirement savings. I have a friend that's been battling this decision for quite some time now. She received about $50,000 from a home sale and is still trying to decide what to do with it. Should she use it on a down payment for an investment property or invest it in low-fee total market index funds? She's already fully funding her retirement vehicles as well as contributing to an after-tax brokerage every month. Her emergency fund is well-funded and she has no debt. Sounds like a great problem to have, right? Many people in this situation feel a lot of pressure to make a decision because just keeping that cash in a savings account feels suboptimal. It could be working harder for you, and the longer it sits there, the bigger the opportunity cost at earning more interest. But I think for my friend, sitting on $50,000 of cash isn't the end of the world because she's still investing with other income. Any choice for her at this point will be a good one. If she keeps it in cash, she'll be ready to jump if a good investment property or business opportunity comes up. If she throws it in stocks, it can grow more passively for her. While we all want to feel as confident as possible about our decisions around money, as we progress in our financial journey, sometimes there isn't a most optimal choice, but there may be one that helps us sleep better at night. And that's a wrap for another Monday show. Have a great start to your week, and I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.